And a good early afternoon to you, Roger Hill of Wuthering Heights. This weather video is driven by 802cars.com, representing 802 Toyota, Twin City Subaru, 802 Honda, all located off of exit 7 on Interstate 89. Looking at Bolton Valley here, and conditions are much better than what they were 36 hours ago. Currently, we're under a northwesterly flow that's associated with the snowfall that we had yesterday in this hybrid storm system that has now moved into the Canadian Maritimes. And the backside of that system still pulling in some cold Arctic air, and so temperatures are starting to fall into the single digits, and this is going to be cold air advection is going to be pushing into the state of Vermont from the northwest on some blustery cold wind chills as well. Now, up to the west of us, we do have a little bit of a skinny ridge of higher pressure. You can kind of see this outline here in this blue line. And the general flow aloft is a little bit more westerly ahead of this next Alberta Clipper system. This is going to be arriving for us on Wednesday. It's really going to take a track through Quebec and will be on its northernmost fringes. So not everywhere we'll see a little additional snowfall, but mostly the northern one half of the state, dusting to about 2 inches, especially the northern Green Mountains. And the current snow conditions that is currently falling right now are relatively flimsy little microscopic snowflakes out there that are really not going to add up to anything. So it's not even going to bother any roads the rest of today, with some periods of sunshine beginning to break out. The European model on the left, we have the GFS Ensemble on the right. And this is our setup here. This ridge of higher pressure will build in basically overnight. It's terrible that the timing actually works in that we have these ridges of higher pressure timed out overnight, because it just allows the temperatures to free fall, and your clear sky is replaced by gray skies as the daytime this area of low pressure, this Alberta Clipper system, will push on in. And we've seen a lot of that this winter, where night times we have great high pressure and clear skies, and then the next following day we're back to clouds and snow. And that's what's going to happen, it looks like, over the next 24, 36, 48 hours. This area of low pressure here that you see is a Clipper system that's going to be tracking in mostly to the north and again across Quebec. And it's going to cover mostly the northern part of Vermont. You can see that the GFS is a little bit more generous in terms of where the precip is, the snowfall. It's all snowfall, and that's the good news. No raindrops this period at all. And temperatures will warm up, though, to 35 degrees in the afternoon tomorrow. Now, we're getting into Wednesday night and then Thursday, and we do have a little bit of minor flurry action, but really not a lot. Things do calm down, and by Thursday, we're looking at a better day with good project weather and some partial sunshine. And then on Friday, that area of higher pressure, 1039, 1038, you can see that it's going to be centered a little bit to the north of Vermont. That's going to be late in the day on Friday. That's valid about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. This weather system here looks like it's going to go out to sea, but we'll have to take a close eye on it here, because it's one of these that could move to further up to the north. The GFS has been taking this more or less out to sea, too far to the south for Vermont. European has it coming into parts of southern Vermont. And so consequently, that's really going to land on us and most likely prevent this from coming up further to the north. But you never know. This is going to be a tricky one, I think. And you can see that the European model is trying to bring in a little bit of precipitation on the I-95 corner. In fact, that's a really good nor'easter. Also, this is some very strong winds. It'll be just off south of Long Island out to sea. So we'll have to keep a close eye on it. When is this to worry? This is going to be later in the afternoon on Saturday into Saturday night. And then the system moves on out. And we get into another little Clipper system, probably just minuscule amounts on Sunday, and then the ridge of higher pressure will build on Monday, followed by yet another Alberta Clipper system. And so it goes. So to compare a little bit of notes here, we have the GFS Ensemble. This is the 3-hourly QPF, and total QPF, not a lot to work with here. We're looking at under 0.2 of an inch total for the extended period. In terms of what we're looking at in terms of precipitation or precipitable water, it's going to be the most, and we're not talking about a lot. That's just around 45 hundredths of an inch, and that's under a little bit below normal. But you can see these cold Arctic outbreaks really lower and dry things out, and that is totally in conjunction. If you look at the 850 temperatures here, all below the 0 degree centigrade line, so that means it's all frozen and not liquid. That's good. All snow. And you can see these slight oscillations in temperature. I'm going to cover a little bit more of that precipitation type. Of course, it's all snow, and then the total amount of snow, you got 2 inches here, and by the end of the period, that's what GFS Ensemble's thinking. Weather Prediction Center, next 7 days of total QPF or rainfall, around 2,500ths of an inch here. This is 2,500ths of an inch, so a little bit more than that, maybe a third. Not a lot of precip, and that's because it's so cold and dry. This is the climate reanalyzer, and what you can see here is cold air has made it in. It's pushed out the warmer air that was associated with the cyclone, that nor'easter or inland track there. And we're starting to see a little bit of a warm-up. So what about the moss temperatures? Look like this. Colder than normal, warmer than normal, stays warmer in the west, colder in the east, and there's not a lot of change really. So we can see here we're running about 6 to 9 degrees below normal. In the longer range, it's actually going to be a little bit colder, running about 9 to 12 degrees below normal for the 3 to 7 day moss. Snow to play in, white gold. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights, thanks for watching.